This is a test of the No Half Stepping podcast.
Welcome to No Half Stepping with Leonard Jackson. I got a very special guest. Super special guest. This man needs no introduction, but I'm going to try it anyway. He was the most recent Flex and Shanice that was on
the OWN Network.
The OWN Network. He had his own series called One on One. But most importantly, he's an amazing father. I've seen it myself. He's got two beautiful children. His wife is fantastic, Shanice. His biggest claim to fame is that he's friends with Leonard Jackson. So
yes.
Give it up for Flex Alexander, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. I was hoping you put that in there. You said that.
Flex and I are both residents in Santa Clarita, and we just saw something that floored everybody, I think. We might as well start off with that, with the cops acting like they're in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Trying to apprehend these teenagers. But, I heard one of those kids was Caucasian. Is that?
You know what? I'm not sure because from the vantage point I saw it, I only saw the young black kid that he was on his knees, but there was a couple of kids that were sitting at the bus stop. So right. I'm not sure. I never got a really good look, but I ended up finding out more about the story of what happened. So
somebody called in.
Yeah, there was a homeless guy that was these kids were waiting at the bus to go home. This homeless guy came up to them, said something, and then pulled out a knife and attacked him. And that's how that happened. And then someone from Buffalo Wild Wings called, and that homeless guy was gone by the time the cops got there. So when they came, they're responding off of the black man with a knife. And, thus you have the SWAT brigade on some teenagers.
Wait, was the homeless man a black dude?
Yeah, from what I heard, it was a homeless black guy.
Hey, case closed, man. What else? Yeah. What are we talking about here?
That's what I heard.
This black on black crime. They care about that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, whoever he was attacking, he was attacking the whole, all the kids at the bench at the bus stop.
Right.
So I don't know, what ethnicities were there. I know there were some black kids there. I don't know who else was there because I only saw it from one vantage point. But just the fact that even coming like that, But
so are we saying they wouldn't have came like that if it wasn't for black kids being involved, or they just?
They heard, black man with a knife. So
why do they even have to say black man with a knife? Why didn't they just say a man with a knife? That kind of stuff is what gets me.
Yeah. Just the climate we're in, man. Everything is super heightened. Everything is heightened. Even just the energy, man. The energy right now is going on everywhere. It's palpable. It's just weird. Like we were, my wife and I were in Studio City, and we're sitting in front of a Chinese restaurant. We're waiting to meet somebody. So we're in the car. It's hot. It was like 110 yesterday.
Oh, yeah. And
we got the AC on. So we see this guy, it's a white guy sitting there. He keeps looking. And I'm looking like, I'm like, why is he? And he's looking, and I'm going like, what's wrong?
Oh, you did that?
Yeah. So I'm like, what's going on? So then the server comes out for the restaurant, and he says something to him and points to us. So I'm like, I'm trying to understand what's going on. He gets up, comes over to the car, asks me to roll the window down. So I roll the window halfway down. He's like, hey, man, your car is letting off heat over here. I'm trying to sit here and eat. I said, my car is not letting off heat. I said, the heat is letting off heat. It's 110 degrees out there. So
you said that to him?
Yeah, I said that to him. So he's like, man, I said, I'm not cutting the car off. I said, it's hot outside. I'm gonna keep my wife cool. We're gonna keep on. He's like, oh, you're just being a dick. And I told him, I said, yo, you better back away from my car before you get, beat up for purposes. I was like, wow. And he went back and sat down and gets on his phone, and he's looking, and he keeps looking. And I'm like, yo, what? Just the audacity.
That's amazing.
The nerve to feel like you can come tell me to cut my car off when it's not even affecting you. My car is setting off heat. It was already 110 degrees, and I'm more than 15 feet away from him.
Like, how old was this dude? Just curious.
He probably was, I would say he was about mid-50s.
Yeah.
He was, had a ponytail. He looked like a what do you call those? Baby boomer.
Man, some Ted Nugent stuff going
on. Tie-dye shirt. But, it was just...
They're emboldened, is what you're saying. These people don't bite their tongue anymore.
It was just out of pocket, man. So then cut to, we move, moved to the other side, still waiting for somebody. So this homeless woman, white homeless woman, I think she definitely was on meth or something.
Right.
She comes, she stands, she's on a bike, she stands by the car, and she just starts smiling. She taps the window, and I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, no, I don't have anything for you. I'm so sorry. And she keeps tapping the window. And I'm like, man, can you please go? I got to the point where I had to yell. She pulls off.
This is crazy.
Cut to later. The person we're waiting for comes. We're all standing outside talking. She rolls up again. Do you have a dime? Could you give me a dime? I said, ma'am, I told you no. Can you go, please? And then she said something like, yeah, well, none of you are going to make it or something like that. She said something crazy. I said, I wish that back to you 4 times. I said, don't be sending me no bad energy.
This is only a test.